I know I'm late. Come on, Spit. You a little late. Yeah, I know I'm late. My bad, bro. My bad, my bad. Hey, but I'm here. Better late than never. Better late than never. Don't worry, I'm gonna be on time tomorrow. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be on time tomorrow. I'm gonna be there immediately after the game tomorrow. Hey man, what's the deal, man? Let some of y'all get in here real quick before we get talking about it and breaking down. Exactly. I already know what it is, baby. It's about to be game time. It's about to be game time. Houston Texans, first playoff game since 2019. Hey, don't worry. Don't worry about today. Don't worry about today. Worry more about tomorrow. And don't worry, tomorrow we're gonna be on time. Don't worry, tomorrow we're gonna be on time. Man, shout out to my boy Honcho. I know y'all checked out his live with from Cleveland. You know, it was a good live. And shout out to my boy Honcho, everybody in the round table. You know what I'm saying? You already know how to get down. Salt Sports, you know how we get it. But yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all come up in here and hit that like button. So y'all tuned in the other day when I did, the preview of the whole playoffs in general, and I gave a breakdown. I told y'all exactly who gave y'all my picks, who I had to win, and score predictions and things like that. And just to do a quick recap, just in case y'all did miss it, just to do a quick recap. I got I have Miami beating Kansas City 20-17. I have Buffalo beating Pittsburgh 27-10. I have the Dallas Cowboys beating the Green Bay Packers 31-21. I have Detroit beating the Rams 21-20. And I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beating the Philadelphia Eagles 24-17. Tomorrow at 3:30, because I didn't mention that one. Tomorrow at 3:30, NBC, Houston Texans host their first playoff game since 2019. And the Houston Texans will come out victorious 24-13. That's my score prediction. Houston Texans 24, Cleveland Browns 13 at NRG Stadium. That's what I feel like is going to happen. 24-13 score prediction. That's what I feel like is going to happen. I mean, a lot of points. I mean, we know the last time the Cleveland Browns came to NRG, Christmas Eve, so just a couple weeks ago, the Cleveland Browns won 36-22. Remember, no CJ Stroud, no Will Anderson. Jonathan Gennard only played like the first quarter and left that game very early. Joe Flacco was 27 of 42 for a 64.3 completion percentage, 368 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions in that game. Amari Cooper had a career day Cleveland Brown record. He was targeted 15 times, had 11 catches for 265 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Houston Texans. I think he won AFC Player of the Week in that game right there. And we want to talk about exactly what happened in that Cleveland Browns game the last time the Houston Texans faced the Cleveland Browns, because a lot of people want to point out that Joe Flacco, because people do want to throw out the score because they know C.J. Stroud wasn't there. But it's more than that as well. Like also, C.J. Stroud's not being there was a tribute to, was part of Joe Flacco's success and Amari Cooper's success. I know how you. Well, I'm like, hey, Spitz, what you talking about? CJ plays offense. CJ's a quarterback. CJ don't play on the defense side of the ball. How would CJ not being there have any bearings on what Joe Flacco and Amari Cooper did? Again, Joe Flacco was 27 of 42, had 368 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Amari Cooper, like I said, was targeted 15 times, had 11 catches for 265 yards, 2 touchdowns. One of those touchdowns, by the way, was a 75-yard touchdown. Like we had a 75-yard touchdown last week against the Indianapolis Colts, was a 75-yard touchdown. And the reason why I say that is because of this right here. Joe Flacco, and since coming off the couch, has played in 5 games. In those 5 games, he has 13 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. One more time, 13 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He only has 4 more touchdowns than he has interceptions. He only has 4 more. Actually, has 5. I'm sorry, 5 more touchdowns than 5 more touchdowns than he has interceptions. And the reason why I say that, and the reason why I bring this up is because in those 5 games, these are the quarterbacks who he's played against. He's thrown those 8 interceptions. At the Rams against Matt Stafford. Home against Jacksonville versus Trevor Lawrence. Home against Chicago against Justin Fields. At Houston against Case Keenum / Davis Mills. And home against the Jets versus if I'm not mistaken, I think that game what you call it started Zach Wilson started, but I'm not 100% sure, but I believe Zach Wilson was the starter in that game. I say all that to say the reason why the Browns were so successful and the reason why he was still able to throw those touchdowns, I think he had like 1,600 yards in that span, and won the Jacksonville and the Jacksonville and the Chicago and the Houston and the Jets game was because of the quarterbacks he was playing against. Trevor Siemian. Okay, it was against Trevor Siemian. I didn't watch the game, but it was against Trevor Siemian. All right, cool. It makes even more point. It was against Trevor Siemian. He's playing against bad quarterbacks, and they didn't allow him to get punished for his interceptions. He threw 2 interceptions last time we played the Texans. And again, you didn't have anybody on the offensive side of the football to capitalize on Joe Flacco's mistakes. 8 interceptions in a 5-game span is horrific. 5 interceptions in a 5-game span is bad. 8 interceptions in a 5-game span is horrific. It is, especially when that's the only time you play the season. It'd be different if you went, like if he played all 17 games and the first 12 games he threw no interceptions or 1 interception, and then he ended up throwing 8 interceptions at the end and ends off the season with 9 interceptions. Okay, yeah, you had a bad stretch. But for the completely of the season, we will give you a pass because you might have bad stretch of games right here and there. But that's all we've seen from you. You're turning over the ball in every single game. He's turning over the football in every single game. He's throwing an interception in every single game. The last time he was in the stadium, the last time he was in the city, he threw an interception in that game. Threw 2 of them. And again, offensively, we weren't able to capitalize. Offensively, the Jets aren't able to capitalize. The Chicago Bears aren't able to capitalize. The Jacksonville Jaguars aren't able to capitalize. These teams weren't able to capitalize because they didn't have the quarterback play to help them capitalize. So what does that mean? Yeah, he might throw an interception, but the defense gets a quick 3 and out, or the defense themselves get another turnover in said game, gives the football right back to Joe Flacco, and Joe Flacco can go by his business and play gunslinger again and put the football up in the air and get a touchdown. That's how you're able to get the touchdowns that he's gotten. That's not going to happen versus C.J. Stroud. Another thing too, Derek Stingley coming off of Defensive Player of the Month, by the way. And again, this was in the month of him having Defensive Player of the Month. The first cornerback to win Defensive Player of the Month since 2021 when J.C. Jackson did it in AFC. And before then, I think it was 2020 or 2019 when Stephon Gilmore won it. But that shows you how long it's been since the AFC cornerback has won Defensive Player of the Month. Derek Stingley in that game was targeted 7 times, only allowed 3 catches, 43 yards, an interception, a touchdown, and another pass breakup. Let me say that again. Derek Stingley in this game was targeted 7 times, only gave up 3 catches for 43 yards, a touchdown. He gave him a touchdown. He did give him a touchdown, but he got an interception and also got another pass deflection. So he got 1 interception, 2 pass deflections because the interception counts as a pass deflection as well. So 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 2 pass breakups, only gave up 3 catches for 43 yards in that game. I think in this game here, we're going to see Derek Stingley follow Amari Cooper more than we've seen Derek Stingley follow a receiver anytime this season. Because again, we at the end, y'all. Like, this is it. Like, this is it. Michael Jackson, this is it. This is it. There is no tomorrow. The only tomorrow is if you win. If you don't win, ain't no tomorrow. So when tomorrow pops up, there is no tomorrow after tomorrow if you lose. So all the chips is on the table. There's no way to play safe. There's no way to play safe. Like CJ said, but before the game, before he broke out the hug before the game against the Colts, like, hey, when we get on this field, we get back to this locker room, everything's being left on the field. We're not taking nothing home with us. We leaving everything out here on the field because if you don't come away with a victory, if you don't come away with a win, there is no tomorrow. There is no more games. It's a wrap. The season is over. It's done. You going home you going to the crib. Like you going to the absolute crib. You going to the house, the actual house, not the crib as a stadium. You going home and chilling. More people jumped in here. Make sure you hit that like button. I see more people that jumped in here. Make sure you hit that like button now. So I feel like they're gonna put everything on the table. They're gonna put all the chips on the table. And I'm calling and I'm telling y'all here right now because we run a lot of different combinations, but Darius Stingley mostly stays on his side. Steven Nelson mostly stays on his side. I think Darius Stingley is going to follow Amari Cooper. I feel like you're going to put your best receiver, your best cornerback, on their best option. Because if I'm not mistaken, Moore's not playing. I think I forgot it was something with Njoku. I forgot what it was. Njoku was playing, but I don't know how Njoku was going to be. But obviously, Amari Cooper getting targeted 15 times, 11 catches, 265 yards, 2 touchdowns. So one of the touchdowns was on Darius Stingley, by the way, and then the other was a 75-yarder. Stingley is going to make sure. They're going to make sure. Hey, if Amari Cooper beats us, he's going to beat us by playing against our best corner. Like if I put my best guy on him to guard him the whole game and he beats us, hey, it is what it is. If I put my best guy here and he beats my best guy, it's cool. But if he's beating the second guy or the third guy or maybe the fourth guy, he beating somebody, we switching on him and we got our best guy over here just chilling, not getting targeted, because I guarantee you, if Darius Stingley is not guarding Amari Cooper, Joe Flacco is not throwing towards Darius Stingley. Let me say that again. If Darius Stingley is not guarding Amari Cooper, Joe Flacco is not going to throw towards Darius. He's not going to throw towards Darius Stingley. He's not. I think Stingley was only targeted 3 times last week against the Colts. They're not throwing to him. They're not. They're not going to throw to him because he seen what he did last time we played. I mean, last time we threw with this guy 7 times, he only gave him 3 catches. Now, he was able to get a touchdown on him. It was against Amari Cooper, with Amari Cooper, but that's really it. That's really it. Now he got an interception. He got all these other things. We not about to no. Hey, if he not on Amari Cooper, we ain't got no reason. We ain't got no reason to go over there. Like what Red Dan say on Friday? I don't know why. On Friday, I don't know why y'all coming down here messing with these people. Ain't no reason for me to go over there and mess with those people. If he's not going to Amari Cooper, there's no reason. I got no business being over there. I ain't got no business being in the hood. I ain't got no reason to be over in the hood. None whatsoever. I ain't got no reason at all to be in the hood. So if he's not guarding Amari Cooper, I ain't going over there. I'm not looking that way. I'm not doing it. Can't do it. Won't do it. So I don't feel like he's going to look towards Amari. He's not going to look towards Darius Stingley. That's why you need to put Darius Stingley on Amari Cooper and either minimize the opportunities that Amari Cooper has or maximize the opportunities that you have yourself to take the football away. One of the two. That's what you're going to be doing in that sequence if you play him one-on-one. Also, another thing too, like I said, no Will Anderson and Jonathan Gennard only played the beginning of the game and got hurt. Both of those guys are going to be back. Both of those guys. I think Will Anderson is going to have a monster game, honestly. Kind of similar to the last time we was in the playoffs. No, not last time we was in the playoffs, but the first time we was in the playoffs back in 2011, J.J. Watt, rookie year, and had, I think, 5.5 sacks going into 5.5 sacks in that season. And then at the end, then the playoff game against the Cincinnati Bengals, the team that you played earlier that year, by the way, as well, even though that time you did beat them. Going to the game, made a splash play. Remember, the game was tied 7-7. Tied 10-10. Going into the half, about to go in the half, tied 10-10. And JJ makes a pick six, and we go in halftime up 17-10, and then that was it. I feel like Willie Anderson is going to have an impactful play like that. I'm not saying pick six. I'm not saying fumble touchdown, scoop and score. I'm not saying that. He's going to have a very impactful play. We've already seen Willie Anderson be extremely impactful. Remember the Denver Broncos game? how he was all over the field, two crucial sacks, had a pass deflection that turned to an interception for Darius Stingley. Then that interception turned into a touchdown against the Denver Broncos. Some things like that. Also, both the combination of him and Darius Stingley, who had 2 interceptions in that game, made Russell Wilson no, I'm not going nowhere to that direction. I'm gonna come over this side, but now I got Jonathan Gennard coming over here. Let me get out of Jonathan Gennard's way. Jonathan Gennard puts the pressure on, and then Russell Wilson throws the football up. Jimmy Ward catches the interception. Game is over. Houston Texans beat the Denver Broncos. Part of the reason why we're in the playoffs right now. So I feel like Willie Anderson is going to have an impactful game. I feel like he's going to have an impactful play in some type of capacity. If it's a strip sack, if it's a sack on a crucial down and distance to maybe take them out of field goal range, or on 4th down type situation, he's going to have a very, very impactful game-changing play. Remember the last time we had a playoff game inside NRG against the Buffalo Bills? The Buffalo Bills was up with 13-0. Was it 13-0? Yeah, the Buffalo Bills was up 13-0, driving in to score. And if the Buffalo Bills score a touchdown, it's over. 20-0. It's a wrap. Houston Texans done. It's over. The season's over. There is no 24-0 collapse. There is none of that. Who knows? It actually might have been a good thing. Might have been a bad thing, but then also might be a good thing because of how things end up transpiring and growing. Again, everything happens for a reason. But I say all that you're in that situation. JJ gets a crucial sack, takes them out of field goal range. Well, no, that's my field goal. I'm sorry. He gets a crucial sack that allows them to kick a field goal. And once they kick the field goal, now it's 16-0, and Houston Texans were able to come back. Because again, if that's a touchdown, that's a wrap. So sometimes you need those type of plays. So I feel like he's going to have a crucial play in a crucial moment, either taking the Browns out of field goal range, taking stopping them on 4th down, possibly a key pass deflection that turns into an interception, maybe a strip sack there's a fumble. Who knows? Maybe he has a J.J. Watt play like his rookie year, has a pick 6 for a touchdown, or has a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Remember, he's had 2 touchdowns taken off the board already this season because either they blew the whistle dead or they said it wasn't a fumble, whatever the case may be. So again, we'll probably see that again. I feel like we'll probably see that again. So I feel like he's going to make an impactful play. And also, same thing with Jonathan Gennard. You see how Jonathan Gennard plays with or without Willie Anderson. We see how he played with Willie Anderson, and we see how he played without Willie Anderson against Tennessee Titans. Again, another thing, Willie Anderson without Jonathan Gennard. We see how he played without Jonathan Gennard against Tennessee Titans. So it might just be a Titan thing. But I say that to say this. Both guys being there, and again, they didn't have the situation the last time. Again, they have issues themselves on the offensive line with their tackles position, specifically with their tackles, with their left and right tackles. They have actual tackle issues as it stands right now. Injuries, poor play, things like that. So again, we're talking about we having 2 booking and pass rushers that I told you guys about before the season started that I was very high on because I thought Jonathan Gennard was the best pure pass rusher on the team, and obviously we knew we were giving Willie Anderson possibly the best prospect going into the draft this past year. Having both those guys coming off the edges, I feel like Joe Flacco, pretty much of all the quarterbacks that we're going to see in the AFC specifically, is the one statue. Because Mahomes can move around, Lamar Jackson can run around. The same thing with Josh Allen can run around. Tua can move some too. Joe Flacco is the guy who's going to be standing still. Joe Flacco, and if I'm sitting there thinking about it, even in the NFC, Joe Flacco is the quarterback that's going to be standing the most there. I mean, they ain't got nothing to do with his age. That's just actually his playing style. So him being 48, 49, 38, 39, damn near 40 years old, actually just adds on to it, honestly. If you want to be specific, you want to be honest about it, it just really just adds fuel to the fire. It adds a little bit more to the mix that's the case. That he's going to be sitting in the pocket. He's going to be wherever you think he's going to be at. Wherever that play call decides him to be, that's where he's going to be at. That if it's a 5-step drop, he's going to be 5 steps back. If it's a 2-step drop, he's going to be 2 steps back. If it's a 1-step drop, he's going to be 1 step. He's going to be wherever that play call designed, he's going to be there. That's it. He's not improvising. He's not running around. He's not moving and shifting and doing all this through the pocket. He's not about to do none of that. He's not about to do none of that. He gonna be where they say he gonna be. Where they say he gonna be there. That's what he gonna be. Just straight up, he gonna be there. So again, that bodes well for both Willie Anderson and that bodes well for Jonathan Gennard as well. Again, I know a lot of people make about how good the Browns defense is, number one defense in the NFL, number one pass defense in the NFL. We talk about those things, but number one, I think they number two scoring defense. But on the road, their defense dips off tremendously. And they're only 3-5. They're 3-5 on the road. Now, granted, one of those losses was last week against Cincinnati when they said everybody. So they're 3-4 on the road. The only teams they beat on the road is they beat the Texans, obviously. They beat the Ravens, and they beat was it the Colts? I think it was the Colts. I forgot who else the other one was. I know one was the Ravens. One was the Ravens. Now that was the game when Deshaun Watson played well in the last four quarters. I think he went in the second half and was had no incompletions, and they actually came back. And some of that really was more so Lamar Jackson's fault. Lamar Jackson had a couple of late turnovers. Now you could say Bo will say it was the defense that the defense forced those turnovers. But then also Lamar Jackson was just turning the ball over, and I see more people jump to him, making that light button now. But again, I think that was more so of them doing what they did. And that I think that was more so of an outlier because again, the rest of their road games they've been playing bad. And again, we already know what it was with us. When they played against us, they gave us opportunities. Joe Flacco gave us opportunities. We weren't able to capitalize on it because we didn't have CJ. And I think that's why you gotta take this game and sprinkle with a whole pound of salt. Not even just a sprinkle of salt, not even the dash of salt. You gotta pour a whole bunch of salt on that because I feel like I don't feel that's a game that will be replicated, especially a guy getting 200 yards. And again, this is Houston Texans where we used to give up 200 yards to T.Y. Hilton and give up 200 yards to Derrick Henry a lot. That is the case. But I don't feel like this is those two. Those are not these Texan teams. Those are not these Texan defense. And if you look at the way how everybody is, I don't see that. I don't feel that way. And I know it's been a couple people. I know like Ryan Clark. I think James Jones. Who else? I think Skip. I think Skip did too. Been a couple guys who actually picked the Texans to win, but majority of the people think the Cleveland Browns are going to win. The Cleveland Browns also the favorite. I heard some weird stuff. I heard like Acho bring up some things talking about like after the game, everybody like calling you, asking you for tickets, and talking about a distraction. If that was the case, that'd be a distraction like for every game because I'm pretty sure they got phone calls a lot to be at a lot of games. I don't see that. I don't see that as an issue. I think that, to be honest, I think that's really just like a weak argument. Honestly, I just think that doesn't make it. Hey man, can I get some tickets, man? And like that, because people have called you to that for people to call you and ask you for some tickets. People make it seem like that players they go into a box all year, like every day, every week they go into a box, and the only time that they talk to people that's not on the team is when they do their media pressers and when they do their media pressers or stuff like that, or any type of interview or something like that. Like I'm pretty sure they talk to people every day, all day long. They just like a regular person. Like football is a job. Like so, just like when you at work, you ain't talking to nobody while you at work. So while they at practice, they're not talking to nobody while they at practice. While they in film study, they're not talking to nobody while they in film study. When they doing, but like once they leave NRG or wherever they practice at, they just like when you leave the office, just like when you leave wherever you do your job, you pull out your phone and you call and talk to somebody. Like there's this notion that the distractions. I never bought into any of the distractions. Like I never bought into that. Like I don't like. Oh no, I'm distracted. I can't throw the football now. Oh no, I'm distracted. I don't know how to catch the football now. I don't understand that. I don't agree with that. I just think that's just lazy writing. Like when you're watching the movie, I feel like that's lazy writing. Like to say that somebody is distracted because they played their last game and they won their last game to get into the playoffs. Now, I can get you if you say something, but they might be tired, they might be exhausted, put a lot on the line, things like that. If you want to bring that argument, I might be able, I might could understand where you're coming from, but you just saying, oh, people calling them, asking them for tickets. It's a lot of distractions for a young team. They might not be ready. That doesn't make any sense. Again, there's nothing too. People want to keep on using the youth factor, and that's cool. That's cool and all. That's cool and all. Keep using the youth factor. I just want you to know that I feel like the Houston Texans might be young, but they're a dangerous young team, an extremely dangerous young team. And I feel like the Texans. I feel like the Texans got a lot to prove, and I feel like they're going to be able to get it done. I really feel like the Houston Texans are going to be able to get it done. Um, I feel like they're starting to play good football. They're starting to get people back right on time. And like I said, this is the time. If I'm not mistaken, I think Denzel Ward is Denzel Ward might be playing. I think he might be limited, so he might not be 100%. But I think he's playing. He's just not gonna be 100%. I think Noah Brown and Robert Woods are both trending up. Like I said, there's no excuse, bro. If you are able to walk, you should be able to play in this game. Like, and unless you're not able, like, unless you just ineligible to play some type of stuff, like, all right, bro, this is the time. This is the time to go out there and play. Straight square business. And this is the time to go out there and play. And like I said, there's no regrets. You gotta go out there and give every single thing you have. Every single thing you have. Everything got to be on the line because, like I said earlier, there is only tomorrow if you win. If you don't win, ain't no tomorrow, bro. Ain't none. Ain't no tomorrow. There's none. There's no tomorrow if you don't win. So you gotta win. You gotta show up. You gotta show up. And speaking of showing up, man, I see how ARG is sold out. I think it's the first time since 2019. And I'm so glad. Hey, NRG, I need y'all to be rocking tomorrow. I ain't gonna be there. I'm gonna be at the crib. But NRG, I need y'all rocking tomorrow. I really do. I need y'all loud so Joe Flacco going like this. I need Joe Flacco to be like that's what I need. I need him to go like this. He got called timeout. Remember when the Ravens had the Ravens had, it was 2014. It was Bill O'Brien's first year as head coach, and the Ravens had played the Houston Texans. It was the game. To give context, Arian Foster had threw a touchdown to C.J. Fedora was in that game. It was a game. They went and got Case Keenum out the tree. They had went and got Case Keenum out the tree to start the game. Houston came and won that game. In that game, the stadium was so loud that Flacco, it was plenty of time. Flacco had to call timeouts. Flacco couldn't get the play in. They had to delay a game. Like, Flacco looked at Florida. And this is Flacco already winning the Super Bowl. This is already Super Bowl MVP Flacco. This ain't Flacco, before he became Joe Flacco and won Super Bowl, things like this. This is Super Bowl MVP Joe Flacco. He won Super Bowl. He won a Super Bowl MVP and something. He's been to I'm pretty sure he's been a Pro Bowler multiple times by this time. And he looked at lost and flustered because they couldn't get plays out because they couldn't hear each other because the stadium was so loud. The stadium was so loud. I remember Tony Romo had said that one time about Dallas Stadium, about Tech. I think this was still Texas Stadium. Was in AT&T at this time. Whenever the Texans had went up to Dallas back in same year 2014, the game that went to overtime, the Dallas Cowboy Texan game, they had went to overtime. That game right there, the Texans lost against the Dallas Cowboys in overtime. I remember Tony Romo saying the same thing, that it was so loud in their stadium that they had to call a timeout and they had to use silent counts. And he said that, man, it's crazy with you silent counts at home. I understand that Houston and Dallas are not that far from each other, and a lot of Texan fans were able to make up here, but we gotta do it. He was saying that the Cowboys, they need to do better by having more Cowboy fans in there so they could be quiet while they at home. I need y'all to be so loud that the Cleveland Browns have to go into a silent count and still can't understand a silent count. I need them to have some false starts. I need them to get some false starts, some things like that. I need that's what I need from the Cleveland Browns. So I need the Texans offense and I need the Texans crowd to go out there. I need NRG to be loud, rocking, and yelling and screaming. First sold out game since 2019. That's what I need y'all to do. That's what I need. I need y'all to show up and show out, be on time, and be loud. So Cleveland and Joe Flacco specifically could fluster because we need that pumpkin. We need that carriage to turn to a pumpkin tomorrow. The Cinderella story with Joe Flacco coming off the couch. Oh, Joe Flacco then came off the couch. Oh, Joe Flacco might be comeback player of the year. This whole notion, that's nothing too. This whole notion, this whole underdog story that the Cleveland Browns is trying to give doesn't make any sense. Well, you know what? It's a game of two teams that was not expected to be here. You know, no one before the season started thought that these two teams would make the playoffs. Hold on, wait a minute. People talking about the Cleveland Browns had one of the best rosters in the NFL. What you talking about? Like Cleveland had a top 5 roster in the NFL. How y'all expect to make it to the playoffs? Now y'all probably thought, again, the Cincinnati Bengals would win the division, the Ravens would be good. Now you probably didn't think they was going. And then again, I understand if you're talking about from how the season progressed and that they lost their quarterback and then they had to go through 4 different quarterbacks. I give you that, but to say before the season, I'm talking about them saying before the season started that this team wasn't expected to make it there. Please. And then even when they were going through their quarterback stretches, they were still winning games. Remember, Cleveland been clinched. Cleveland clinched the playoff spot a long time ago. Like, Cleveland been clinched the playoff spot a long time ago. A long time ago. Cleveland got 10 wins 2 weeks ago. Cleveland, actually, no, they got 11 wins. Don't Cleveland got 11 wins? So and they lost their last game because they didn't play nobody. And trust me, they would play somebody. Cleveland's probably a 12 to 13 win team. Come on, but nobody expected them to be there. No one expected them to be there. No one expected the Cleveland Browns to be into the playoffs. No one expected the Cleveland Browns to be into the playoffs. Again, I say if you would have told me before the season that they were going to lose Deshaun Watson and they were going to lose their other quarterback, would they make the playoffs? I give you that. I completely understand if that's what you're saying. But to say before the season, that's a lie. 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 What y'all in here talking about? Bring your microphones up, yeah. Now, honestly, I'm not nervous about the game. I'm really not. I get it. I understand. I understand how people feel. I understand those same old Texans. Texans gonna Texans. Like my boy Y say, the Lexons gonna Lexon. Like I give that. I give you that. Like, I don't know. I felt this wasn't the same old Texans when we jumped up to get Will Anderson because that was the complete non-Texan thing to do. Was to jump up to get Will Anderson. You can make the case that hiring D'Amico Ryans was the most non-Texan thing to do too. But to jump up all the way up to 3 to go get Will Anderson, let you know then that they was not playing. Let you know then that this was not the same old Texans. That they were ready to compete. They were ready to shine. They were ready to show up. That's why before the season, I predict them to win the division. I think I did have them win 11 wins, and we only won 10. I feel like, if CJ doesn't get hurt, we probably do win 11, honestly. But I predict them to win those amount of games and win the division. They won 10 and won the division. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I felt about. That's what I felt about this team. So I felt like they would get into the playoffs, and again, I do believe that the Texans are. We're not ahead of schedule. Now, sometimes people say, "Oh, they're a couple years ahead of schedule." I don't think the Texans are actually ahead of schedule. Now, I do believe that this is still technically the first year of the rebuild because you got your quarterback now. You got your real head coach and you got your quarterback now. So I do think this is year 1 of the rebuild. I think the Texans are right on par. Now the thing is, because the AFC is so wide open this year, that we could do way better than what we expected. But way better than expected because the AFC is so wide open. But getting to win the division, get to the playoffs. Actually, I think they are poor. I think they showed that by the moves that they made, trading their draft pick, trading their draft pick when they didn't have to. They traded again. I've been giving Nick Casario a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Not grief, but Nick Casario a lot of heat for trading your pick when you didn't have to. Give him the Cleveland Brown pick. Give him the Cleveland Brown pick. Arizona didn't ask for your pick. You offered it up. The reason why is because the moment that you do that, you're saying that you're competing, that you're ready to win. But then again, you wasn't doing things that I feel like you should have did at the beginning of the season by trying to help add to the running back room, add to the DB room, add to the receiver room, and things like that earlier on this season during the trade deadline, not free agency, but after cuts and things like that. I felt like you wasn't doing enough then to add to the team, to bolster the team, to make the team better at that point, at that juncture of time. I'm like, man, you shouldn't have gave up your pick then. You might should have just gave up Cleveland's pick if you're going to sit on your hands and not better the roster every given chance, turn the roster every given chance. Now, we understood. He just had to be patient and keep the course. And keep the guys. Do I still feel like he could have added some pieces early on? Yes. Do I think it was a mistake not to add certain pieces early on? Yes. I feel like he should add like Dalvin Cook before Dalvin Cook got cut by the Jets. I feel like he should add Dalvin Cook before the Jets. I feel like he possibly should have made a trade the trade deadline. I do agree that I feel like he should have did some of these things. And we could disagree. We could agree to disagree. I mean, he felt like he shouldn't have done it. Obviously, they made it to the playoffs. They made it to the playoffs. What I do is I can't give him too much for it. But again, I understand. Again, I do still like. Okay, I still don't agree that. I still think you should have did X, Y, and Z. I still believe you should have did X, Y, and Z. This, that, and the third, vice versa, whatever the case may be. I still feel like those things, even though those weren't exactly what happened. But I say all that to say this. Now you're at the point. Houston Texans, Cleveland Browns. Y'all do know if the Texans win, the Texans pick is guaranteed to come before the Arizona pick. Like the pick that the Texans get from the Cleveland Browns is guaranteed to be a higher pick than the pick that we gave Arizona if the Texans win them all. It's guaranteed. So it's guaranteed that you kept the better pick. Like that's the complete irony of that whole situation. That's the complete irony of us playing the Cleveland Browns. I know people talk about the Deshaun Watson Bowl and the NFL is rigged. Look how the NFL is rigged. All these teams playing against all these people are playing against former teams and former players. It happens all the time, honestly. Like anytime people leave and stay in the same conference, it happens. I mean, just last year in the Super Bowl, Andy Reid coached the Chiefs. Who did he used to coach back in the day? Who did Andy Reid used to coach back in the day? More specifically, who did Andy Reid coach to a Super Bowl? Who did Andy Reid take to 5 NFC championships? What was Andy Reid's last job before he took the Chiefs job? This is not new. This is not new. You, as long as you still playing sports or coaching sports, you have an opportunity to face your previous employer. This is how it go. Because you're still in sports. You still in sports. Like then LeBron James in the finals, in the bubble finals, then he go up against Miami. Ain't that the team he won the finals with? Like, it just happens. People go up against their former teams all the time. again, this whole I just think that, I feel like everybody now wants to get on the internet and say some type of conspiracy theory. Oh, look at the NFL logo colors. Look at the NFL logo colors. They telling you who's going to be in the playoffs. They tell you who's going to be in the Super Bowl. They're even telling you who's the winner. Because but the thing is, people have conflicting reports about who's the winner. First it was the team that has the little bit of color in the logo wins the Super Bowl, and then it's the team that's on the bottom is the team that wins the Super Bowl. Like, so is it the team on the bottom or the team that got a little bit of color? And then the whole purple and red. Like, to be honest, that one red that's in the Super Bowl logo is not even all that much red. Like it's really not all that red. I get the purple one, but the red then the Super Bowl got an alternate logo that's blue and red, and now they're talking about it's the Cowboys and the Chiefs or the Cowboys and the Bills. Like, well, I mean, that blue and red can both be both Bill colors. I don't know. I just feel like everybody right now want to get on there and say some type of conspiracy theory when it comes to the NFL playoffs. But I say this to say, I say all to say this: if this game was rigged, Deshaun Watson will play. Like, why would they have the Texans or the Cleveland Browns and don't have Deshaun Watson if the NFL was scripted and rigged? Also, my biggest thing too, if the NFL was scripted and rigged, the primetime games would be way better. Because the primetime games this year were horrible. Like the Texans, the last primetime game of the season, had probably the third or fourth best primetime game this year. Honestly, if you go look at all the primetime games, it's not even just about score. Cause I know that one game had a close score, like the Vikings and the Bears, and that game was like a snooze fest. So it's not just about being like a score being close. It's also about like the game being completely entertaining. I think probably like the best one probably was like that Seahawks Cowboys game. That was a good game. And also the Eagles Seahawks game. That was a good one too. The Eagles Seahawks game. That was a good one too. Again, like I said, the Eagles and the Eagles and the Chiefs was a close score, but the game wasn't good. Two good teams at that time, or at least two good Super Bowl rematch. And like I said, Super Bowl rematch. It should have been a good game. Had an opportunity to be a good game. The score was close, but the game itself wasn't a fun game to watch. So again, like the whole NFL's rigged notion, I always fight back on that because to me, I think it's kind of stupid, honestly. But again, if the NFL was rigged, they would have way better primetime games, honestly. So the whole thing about people saying, "Oh man, look, the Texans are playing the Browns." you just know the NFL is rigged. It's the Deshaun Watson ball. You just know. If that was the case, when Deshaun Watson played, how's it Deshaun Watson ball when Deshaun Watson ain't there? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense at all. And again, I say all that to say I feel like this is about to be a good game. Like I said, I got the Texans winning 24 to 13. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be close early on, like around halftime. Like I think it's like going in the half, it's probably gonna be like 10-10, maybe 13-10, something like that. And I think Texans gonna pull away in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter, pull away and and win win like let's say like 24-13, maybe 24 like the maybe 24 the 14, but I don't think Cleveland gets two. I think Cleveland gets maybe two touchdowns, maybe. Who knows? It might get a touchdown and miss extra point type situation. But I feel like I feel like that's what's gonna happen. I feel like Texas gonna win. Like I said, according to my board, the way I have it, Texas end up playing in Buffalo next week, and I don't know how the weather gonna be because I mean it's supposed to be cold down here in Texas, especially everywhere else. I mean y'all see what Kansas City going in. Some people want to go to Kansas City. Some of y'all want, man. I want the Chiefs. And some of y'all was saying that after my post game stream. Some of y'all was in here saying that I want the Chiefs. Yeah, I want the Chiefs. That's what I want. I want the Chiefs. You want to go play -9 weather? Even though I know we not the ones playing, I don't want my team out there playing in -9 weather. I think like the wind chill is supposed to be like -30. Nah, no, with these receivers, nah. No, 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 nah. I mean, I hopefully both Miami and Pittsburgh both win. That's why it's another game in Houston. That's why it'd be another game in Houston. That's what I hope. That's what I prefer. Like I've been saying this all the whole time. I want as many games in NRG Stadium as I possibly can. So hey, give me every single NRG Stadium game. Give me a game inside NRG Stadium. Give me every game possible inside NRG Stadium. I agree. I do think we're going to add another receiver in the draft. But like I've been telling people before, man, I'm really not even worried about the draft. Man, we got all off season to worry about the draft, man. Like right now, it's the Cleveland Browns and get to the divisional round, potentially get to. I mean, bro, we are 2 games away from being somewhere this franchise has never been. The Texans win 2 games. We're automatically CJ D'Amico Ryans have put the Texans in a spot that the Texans have never been in their franchise history. All they gotta do is win 2 games to do that. 3 games to do something very special. 4 wins 4 wins do the ultimate special thing. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about right now. That's what we're talking about right now. We're talking about the Texans. We're talking about the Texans possibly, potentially, and like saying with 2 wins, a win tomorrow, and a win we got that put the Texans in a situation that the franchise has never been in. A third win puts them in a situation that the city has never been in. City's never seen. It's never had a team go that far. And then 4 wins is the ultimate prize. You win the chip. So that's what we're talking about. We're only 4 wins away. 4 wins away. But it gotta start tomorrow. You gotta win tomorrow. So we can't put the cart in front of the horse. It has to start off tomorrow. But by saying that, by starting off tomorrow, bro, we are 2 wins away. We gotta win tomorrow. We gotta win tomorrow. We got to win. I know people say about the Cleveland Browns being the number 1 defense in the NFL. I understand that. I get that. But again, Joe Flacco in this 5 games, 13 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. 8 interceptions. 8 interceptions in 5 games. 5 games has 8 interceptions. And again, like I say, it hasn't cost him because he playing against the Rams and Stafford, which is a good quarterback. I think they lost that game. Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence. We already see what's going on right there. And that was at home too, against Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields has promise, but again, not able to capitalize against Case Keenum slash Davis Mills. So we talking about the tank commander himself and Davis Mills and Paul Keenum. Come on now. They're home against the Jets against Trevor Siemian. That's what we're talking about. That's who he's faced. Right there. That's who he's faced. That's who he's faced. Come on, man. Come on. And that's who he gave up. Again, he might have turned the ball over 8 times, throwing the 8 interceptions. I didn't even look at his fumbles. I'm pretty sure he probably got some fumbles in there too. But throwing the football, gave the football up 8 different times in that span. Those 5 teams weren't able to capitalize because outside Matt Stafford, none of those other quarterbacks consistently or even at all when it comes to Davis Mills and Trevor Siemian can all actually make you pay and punish you for capitalize on somebody's mistakes like that. Like I say, obviously Matt Stafford possibly can. I think that I think that possibly Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence could make somebody could capitalize, but they can't do it consistently. And like I say, the Texans and the Jets can't do it at all. Well, the Texans can do it all now with Paul Keenum and Davis Mills and Trevor Siemian. There was no capitalization at all. You weren't about to capitalize at all. So yeah. So I mean, like I said, that's what it looks like when it comes to Houston Texans and things like that. Like I said, I feel like the Texans can and will win this game tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 on NBC versus the Cleveland Browns. Houston Texans wild card game, wearing the deep steel blue jerseys. Want them to wear the all deep steel blue. Kind of mad they not wearing the all deep steel blue like they did the last home playoff game. Um, yeah, I felt like they did the playoff game before that. No, they didn't. They didn't do it against the Colts. They wore their regular jerseys against the Colts. They wore their regular home jerseys against the Bengals in 2011. They wore their all deep steel blue in 2012 versus the Bengals. Uh, 2015 against the Chiefs, they wore their all deep steel blues. 2016 against the Raiders, they wore their regular blues. 2018 versus the Colts, they wore their regular blues. And 2019 versus the Buffalo Bills, they won they all deep steel blues. Uh, the pattern that again wearing all deep steel blues, they won twice, lost once. They beat the Bengals. They beat the Bengals, beat the Bills, and they lost to the Chiefs. Wearing their regular blue jerseys, they won twice, lost once. they won twice, lost once. Beat the Bengals, beat the Raiders, lost to the lost to the Colts. So that's what it is. So, um, I said it right. Beat the Bengals, beat the Raiders, lost to the Colts. Beat the Bengals, lost to the Chiefs, beat the Bills. All right, just making sure I was right. But yeah, like I said, we'll see. Again, this is our seventh home game in the playoffs. 7-time win division title. 7-time Texans made the playoffs. Period. Uh, uh, um, so they're not wearing the deep steel blue tomorrow. No, they just went. They wearing just their regular plain basic uniforms. Blue jersey, blue helmet, white pants. They wearing again. Sidebar. Again, if the Texans don't have another home, if this is the Texans' last playoff game, if this is the Texans' last home playoff game, I don't feel like it's their last home. I don't feel like it's their last playoff game. I feel like they're gonna win. But depending on what goes on around them, could dictate if it's their last home playoff game. Uh, this might be the Texans' last time wearing those jerseys because again, there's another thing too. Got to keep putting it out there, especially since we're here, we're at the brink, we're at the end. We're not guaranteed another 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. The last time we seen these jerseys in person, the last time we seen these jerseys being played for a while, because again, when the season's over, these jerseys getting hung up and put in the box in the closet somewhere, and gotta be put up for the next 5 years. I think a jersey has to be gone for 5 years for you to consider it to be a throwback. I mean, you can always go back as far as like changing your jersey. I mean, Cleveland did that. The Cleveland Browns. Uh, Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think Cleveland returned back to their jerseys in 5 years. If I'm not mistaken, because when did the Cleveland Browns get their new jerseys? When they get them in? Did they get them in? I know they had them with Johnny Manziel, and Johnny Manziel was drafted in 14. So I don't know if they had him in 14 or 15. But I know Johnny played in the New Jerseys. Then I also know Baker Mayfield played in the New Jerseys too before they went back to wearing the jerseys they wear now, which is their regular jerseys. It's like they didn't have their New Jerseys long. They might only have their jersey for 5 years. So again, it might be you might have to keep like I said. So I feel like these jerseys are gonna be put up for 5 years at least. So what next year's 2024. So yeah, we won't see. I feel like we won't see these jerseys again in 2029 if we even see them in 2029. Like, cause just because we're eligible to see him in 5 years, don't mean we're going to see him. I don't mean we're going to see him. So, I mean, we're gonna see fans wearing them. You gonna see them on Madden, yeah, you may be able to see them on Madden, but you're not gonna be able to actually see them like as the team playing them in person for another 5 years, and that's if you get to even see them in 5 years. So who knows? And yes, we are getting new jerseys again. Those new jerseys should be debuted sometime mid to late March, middle of March, late March, early April, because we're going to we'll see those we'll see the jerseys way before the draft. We'll see the new jerseys way before the draft because for one probably when they sign new players You know what I'm saying? Probably like when they sign new players, we gonna see the new jerseys. Because again, like they like when they like just say if we did make like some type of free agent, like a big splash free agent signing or a big splash free agent trade, they're gonna hold up the new jerseys. So and they're gonna make it a strong we're gonna make it a strong what you call it a strong strong push with these new jerseys. And you say who come up with the rules? Somebody in the NFL. Like I just like how NFL has that. Just like how NFL has that you can only wear your alternates 3 times. Um, and again, you got 2 primary jerseys. You got your home and your away jersey. Then you have your other 2 alternate jerseys, which is normally considered your alternate and then your color rush. But I think they like did away with like as far as calling it the color rush. So now we just gonna have like it's just gonna be like another jersey. It's just gonna you're gonna just have two alternates, and you can only wear those 2 alternates a combination of 3 times. And I feel like especially with them adding a 17 game, they should allow you to have. They should allow you to wear your They should allow you to wear both your alternates twice. Because again, the rule used to be you can only wear your alternates twice. I get it. Okay, you only wear your alternates twice. That's cool. And but I feel like they should at least allow since now that you have 2 alternates, you should be able to wear both alternates twice. So it gives you a total of 4 times. And I know some people probably don't like that rule. I get it. I understand why people don't like it. Cause hey man, they should be able to wear whatever they want to. But I also kind of understand like also not you don't want to overdo something too because you want part of the reason why things are fresh and part of the reason why people like things because you don't see it all the time. Like you see something all the time, it becomes dull and repetitive, and you like no longer care about it. But you see something see something every little bit. It's just like your mom cooking your favorite dish or whatever, or your wife cooking your favorite dinner. Like, and if she cooked that like 3 times a week, is it really gonna be your favorite all the time? But like she only making it once a month or once every couple months. Like it's like that. Like that's why you be looking forward to certain things because they be looking real good. Or you be like, man, I can't wait to my grandma make that sweet potato pie for Thanksgiving. Like you looking forward to it because she ain't gonna make it throughout the whole year. So when Thanksgiving comes, you looking forward to it. Hey man, shout out to that boy Rule for the super chat. I didn't hear your score prediction if you made one yet, but I got the Texans winning 24-17. Let's go Texans. 100 emoji, H's up. Already, hey man, shout out to Roof for the super chat, loving the sticker, bro. Hey, you said you didn't hit my score prediction. My score prediction is the Texans winning 20. We close 24-13. I got the Texans winning 24-13. I feel like the Texans and the Browns are going to be close in the first half. It's going to be more of a back and forth game. But in that second half, the Texans, I feel like they're gonna pull away, and they're gonna pull away strong with it. I feel like they're gonna pull away strong with it. So that's what I feel like. So, but man, like I said, hey, Ruth, man, definitely appreciate the super chat love, man. Definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate the super chat love. I'm gonna be in that thing tomorrow, section 133. Already, section 133. That's actually close to where I was at. I was in last game. I was in 118. Last game I was at 118. Hey, live section. Hey, live section. Hey, man. Hey, make sure you loud and make sure everybody in that section 133 is loud. Make sure y'all loud and rowdy. Y'all definitely get it done, man. Definitely y'all loud and get it done. That red will never get old. I don't know about it, man. I don't know about it. Like again, they do that with all the teams because again, if you win the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, it's no longer fresh. Part of it being fresh and crisp and clean is that you don't see it all the time. And then when we do break it down, you crunk and you hype about it. It's an event. It's a spectacle. When you break it out, it's a spectacle. And again, yeah, I don't know. And again, blue my favorite color, so I hope that blue stays the primary color because blue is my favorite color. So I hope that blue stays the primary color. Yeah, honestly, me personally, Houston Texans, Hannah, Cal, who else? Nick, D'Amico, hey CJ said Nurasan blue is his favorite color. I think he said baby blue is his favorite color, but blue is his favorite color too. So hey, do your boy a favor. Make sure that blue stays the primary color. Make sure the blue stays the primary color. Now, me personally, I like all shades of blue. My favorite shade is actually royal blue. Royal blue. Like you see the light, you see the light, the blueness of the light. Like royal blue is my favorite color. Is my favorite color. Is my favorite shade of blue. Like I said, all blue is my favorite shade. The royal blue is my favorite shade. You know what I'm saying? The navy. You know what I'm saying? The navy straight. The baby is always a classic. The baby's always a classic. But that royal blue, that royal blue, man, that royal blue shot, especially on some paint like candy paint. Like people always talk about candy red. Like I see people like y'all forget there's a whole candy blue. Like y'all be forgetting. Like people be saying like candy red. Like man, I like that red because I like that candy red. Like y'all forget there's a whole candy blue. Like screw car was candy blue, screw blue, yeah, screw blue 22. Like the screw tape blue 22. Come on, man, y'all, how y'all forget? How y'all forget, man? Like candy red is the only candy car. Like candy. Yeah, I understand red. I understand red turn heads. I get y'all feel you. But y'all forgot that blue got candy too. This is a candy blue, bruh. Candy blue would be better than. Hey, I've been saying that. I actually have been saying that. Like if they made that blue like the north side blue, you know what I'm saying, the red like south side red, you ain't gotta do with the whole, you know what I'm saying, with all what went down with the north and the south side. I understand that dividing the city. You ain't. I'm just using the color palettes as a reference, but the color that they use on the candy blue cars and the color that they use on the candy red cars, like if they use those color palettes, they use those actual colors, that color, that shade of blue and that shade of red, that'd be fire. That'd be fire. I mean, we already embracing the H-Town lingo, H-Town made, home, come down, what's the deal? We already, I mean, we got, they got Toro out there with the grill, they got Toro with the braid twist like he's CJ, they everybody throwing the H, even Hannah throwing up the H, like Hannah, after we, beat the Colts, Hannah walking by the camera talking about, yeah, like everybody throwing up the H, you know what I'm saying? Y'all already embracing the city, you got DJ Trill in there, I mean, when we in the stadium, we in the south side. I mean, I think tomorrow, Bum B, Mexican OT, Paul Wall, Mike Jones, Slim Thug, they performing. They better do still tipping. They better do still tipping. They better do still tipping. And they also gotta do Houston Ted on my arm. Houston on my arm. Wait, it's Texas on my arm. Yeah, got Texas on my arm, Houston on my back, cause I'm the city I'm from. Hands up if you don't feel. I mean, they gotta play that. They gotta play that. And they gotta play cause that beat itself. Still tipping on 4-4s, wrapped in 4-4. Tip, man, hold up, man. Hey, especially if it's a full house, man, that's gonna be rocking. Still tipping on 4-4, wrapped in 4-4. Man, don't let the Texans be winning at halftime too. Oh man, they gonna be in that. They gonna be in that. Come on, man. Again, so they represent the city anyway. So man, that color palette is that north side shade of blue and that south side shade of red. Man, hold up, it's going down. That candy, man, hold up. Chop, buzz, rolling my candy. Man, hold up, man. Y'all don't know about that. Y'all don't know about that. Y'all don't know about that. Y'all know. Southside we roll on choppers, chop. But y'all don't know about that. 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 Southside we be rolling on those choppers, chop. But y'all don't know about that, man. Hold on, man. Y'all don't know about that. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know about that. Y'all don't know about that. Y'all don't know about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that, man. I said, a whole bunch of people talking about their favorite color blue. That's blue. I agree. We do need the Steelers and the Dolphins to win to bring it back to the city. That's who I'm rolling with. That's exactly who I'm rolling with. The- that's exactly who I'm rolling with. That's exactly who I said. See, about on chop. What's up, Swisher? On choppers, chop chop, come through in the light. Hey, hold on, man. Shout out to Poyo, man. Hold on. Southside, man. Hold on, man. Oh, man. Be going down. That man. Oh, man. I got jam some Blue 22 or some 3 in the morning now. Now I got put on Blue 22 or 3 in the morning, something like that. Yeah, yeah, because it's going down. Yeah, it's going down. Yeah, one time for your mind, let a player come through. I'm sipping on the fold when I'm jamming on this screw. Man, y'all don't know about that. Let me chill out. Let me chill out, man. Let me chill out, man. Let me chill out real quick. You know what I'm saying? Get y'all the boys too crunk. Can't get y'all too crunk. The game ain't till tomorrow, man. Ain't till tomorrow, man. Hold on. ain't till tomorrow now. So, got chill out now. Got chill out now. I got chill out, man. I'm a player, and I'm all about my dough, all about my dough. No, so yeah, so you can't do that. But yeah, man. But like I said, yeah, but I agree. I mean, yeah, well, we are definitely gonna be rooting for Pittsburgh and Miami tomorrow. We definitely be rooting for Pittsburgh, definitely rooting for Miami tomorrow. So it'll be more games at NRG. I think they got I think like they got Monster Jam supposed to be at NRG next week. That's gonna either get canceled or pushed back. Because I mean the Texans got priority. Like I mean because it is a Texas stadium, the Houston Texans have priority over everything. The Texans got priority has priority of the stadium over everything. So things have to get pushed back. Made only thing to be different is like I know like what year was that? Like a couple years ago, like uh, 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 um a couple years ago, Beyonce had a concert to start the season off. Like in the beginning of the season, Beyonce had a concert. So what they did was they gave the Texans a road game. I think that's when the Texans started off at New England because of Beyonce's concert. But that's because they was able to flex it. When it comes to something like a playoff situation, the Texans got priority. Hey man, hey man, shout out Rule for the super chat love. Safe to say CJ is the best QB in Texan history. Are you more hyped about Stroud than you were about Deshaun Watson? Yeah, man, absolutely. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I definitely am. I definitely am more I, de- I definitely am more hyped about CJ. I definitely more hyped about CJ than I am about Deshaun. And like I said, this is not slight, and it's like no, because a lot of people be like man, like you know, a lot of people like be hating on Deshaun or be like man, forget Deshaun, all types of stuff like that. No, I agree when Deshaun's rookie year was here. Like yeah, Deshaun rookie year, I was so hyped about the following year. I was because of what we seen. But it was a 6 game sample size, 7.5 games, 6.5 games, 6.5 game sample size, 6 complete games sample size. Like CJ's done this for a full season and led the team to the playoffs. Remember when Deshaun Watson's rookie year in those 6 games, the Texans were 3-3. Like the Texans were three. The Texans were still three. The Texans were 3-3. He was doing some miraculous plays. He was a complete athlete. But from a quarterback position, when I see CJ is more methodical, more what you see him do is more duplicate. And I said back then, you go look at my videos back then in 2017, it was that Patriots game that Deshaun Watson had. I said that game I feel like it's his best game. I know he had games he's throwing for 500 yards and well not 500 yards, but 5 touchdowns and no turnovers and things like that. That Patriots game is my Patriots game. That Patriots game is my favorite game because that's a game that you can duplicate throughout a full game, throughout a full season, and you have that type of performance that's going to win you football games. And that's how CJ plays. CJ played like that, but better throughout the whole season. Very careful with the football. I think Deshaun Watson threw an interception in every game he played except the Bengals game, which was his first start, in that Chiefs game on Sunday night. He threw an interception against the Patriots. He threw 3 against the Seahawks. He threw 1 against Cleveland. He threw 2 against the Titans. Like he's thrown an interception in every game, and even threw an interception in the game we came in the second half against Jacksonville. He threw an interception in all those games. CJ, on the other hand, only thrown an interception in 3 games. He has 5 interceptions on the season. He's only thrown an interception in 3 games against the Saints, against the Saints, against Cleveland, against the Saints, against Cincinnati, and then against the Cardinals. That's it. That's it. Now he did have a 3 interception game, but Deshaun had a 3 interception game. So and thing is, Houston and CJ won with him having a 3 interception game. So we've seen the type of game, the type of performance that he had. It's more duplicated. It's something I believe is success that you can continually grow off of, man. And I definitely think that what we see here, I'm definitely more hyped about it. He's having the best season. The more projected better season that you feel of for for a Texas quarterback. Because I mean, again, from a number standpoint, CJ, from a number standpoint, 2020 Deshaun's numbers are the best we've ever seen as far as like touchdowns, no touchdowns, yards, things like that. Like he threw for 4,800 yards, threw for 33 touchdowns, 32 touchdowns. And he actually did that in 16 game season. Even though CJ only played 15 games, he missed 2. So CJ still played less games than what Deshaun played in that season. Even if CJ does play an additional game, CJ would have to throw 700 yards. CJ's not throwing 700 yards and getting 10 touchdowns in a game. So CJ's not doing that what Deshaun did. And Matt Schaub's 2009 season, which is Schaub's best year, which was the Texans' best season before Deshaun's 2020 season. From a number standpoint, it's obviously still better than CJ. But the thing is, CJ's playing at this level, and the team is good. Because none of Deshaun's good teams, which he only had 2 teams to make the playoffs, he was playing at that level. Same thing with Matt Schaub. The 2 times that the Texans went to the playoffs under Matt Schaub, one, Matt Schaub wasn't able to finish the season. Matt Schaub left when they were 7-3. When he got hurt when they were 7-3, the season was over. The following year, Matt Schaub started to decrease and decline at the end of the season. Even though Texans went 12-4 and lost in the second round to the New England Patriots. This right here, we're seeing CJ doing all this, and the team is extended. It's going up. It's getting better and better and better. And we nowhere near their peak. Nowhere not even nowhere close to it. So CJ's definitely going to be the best quarterback in franchise history. He's completely on that trajectory as it stands right now. And I definitely feel better about CJ now probably than I did. I'm more excited and more feel better about CJ than I did at any point of Deshaun or Matt Schaub's tender. Honestly, completely. You know what I mean? And shout out, man. I appreciate the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah. CJ winning his first playoff game as a rookie is something special. It would be definitely something special with Brock Purdy, Ben Roethlisberger, Ben Roethlisberger, and what's his name? Sanchez all made it to the AFC made it to their conference championship games as rookies. Um, obviously, Mark Sanchez wasn't nowhere near the type of rookie that he needed. I mean, either of those 2 guys, he completely rolled in the back of his team. Ben Roethlisberger, I think Ben Roethlisberger won Rookie of the Year. But Ben definitely had a better team. I mean, Ben had a playoff team the previous year. That I mean, he was just in a better situation. And we all talk about what Joe Flacco, not Joe Flacco, but what Brock Purdy is. we all talk about what Brock Purdy is and all the weapons he has around him, the coaches and everything he has around him. Like CJ's definitely the type of CJ's the different person. The difference is that CJ is going to the situation, is making this team better, putting this team on his back and making this team better. So that right there shows you exactly that right there shows you exactly what we're looking for and what we're looking at. And that right there, like, so him going into the playoffs, win the division. Uh, because I would. Mark Sanchez didn't win the division. He went to back-to-back AFC Championship games, and he never won his division. He won both times as a wild card. Now again, he was in the same division as Brady. Big Roethlisberger went with 15-1, 14. He went. His team went 15-1. I think him as a starter. I think like went like 13-0 or something like that. Because the game that they lost, he didn't play in the game they lost. It was before he started because he didn't start the season. And then what? Like Brock Purdy won 7 games. So Brock Purdy and Ben, they did win their division. Like Sanchez didn't, CJ did. Uh, and CJ was the driving force of that. So him getting into the playoffs, him winning this division, him potentially winning a playoff game, potentially winning multiple playoff games. I know that's why a lot of people are like, man, hey, that rookie of the year vote should be done. A rookie of the year, rookie of the year type situation again. The votes for rookie of the year, coach of the year, MVP, all that stuff has already been done. Like, and I know some people want it to be done after the season or done after like the Super Bowl. Reason why they don't do this is because it's just easy to give the MVP to whoever won the Super Bowl MVP. Whoever is the Super Bowl winning coach, give them coach of the year. I guess like rookie of the years could be a little bit more settled in because that can be done because again, no matter how good, because especially with especially MVP and coach of the year, on those two awards specifically, you're gonna give it to the Super Bowl winning team. Because how could you give coach of the year to like say for instance if a team Lamar Jackson or Joe, like Lamar Jackson and Harbaugh. Just let's say if they had Harbaugh as the coach of the year because they wasn't expecting the Ravens to do anything, and he goes out there and gets bounced in the first round. You're not gonna give him coach of the year. Same thing with Lamar Jackson. How you gonna give Lamar Jackson the MVP? He getting bounced out. Like the year he won the MVP, he got bounced out as soon as they played the Titans. You're not about to give him MVP. They're gonna give him MVP. Same thing with Vrabel. When Vrabel won Coach of the Year back in 2021, they got bounced out in the first round. Bounced out in their first time playing against the Ravens. Again, they wouldn't have gave them the MVP. They wouldn't have gave him Coach of the Year. They wouldn't have gave him the MVP if he. They wouldn't have gave him Coach of the Year. They wouldn't have gave him MVP if they would have done those awards voting afterwards. So that's why no matter what CJ does, he's not the MVP or the Rookie of the Year votes are already in. That's the reason why they don't do it after the season. So don't do it after the playoffs. They do it after the regular season ends, and they let that be that. So again, he's already won it or not won it if they decide to give it to Puka Nacua, which I believe is a mistake. I got a video talking about that, breaking that down, very specifically why it's a mistake that if Puka Nacua wins Rookie of the Year, and no matter what happens this year in this playoffs, they don't want to do that because if they don't give that boy Rookie of the Year, he's going to release a vengeance. He's going to release a vengeance on the NFL, like we've never seen before, and he's going to make the NFL pay. And I'm saying that to say, don't let that boy fool around and get one this year. Like, don't let the boy fool around and get a chip this year. Oh, and then he don't win Rookie of the Year. What Giannis say? When I came into the league, I came here to take everything. He gonna come here and take everything. He gonna take everything. Everything. Don't do that. 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 No, 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 no. Don't do that. Don't do that foolishness. I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Please. Don't do that foolishness. Don't entertain that foolishness. Don't do that foolishness. Don't complete that foolishness. Don't do it. Wouldn't recommend you to do it. Wouldn't advise you to do it. Don't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. Won't do it. Please don't do it. I'm just asking you right now. Just telling you right now. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But hey, man, I appreciate everybody that came through here, man. Getting ready. I hope I did a good enough hype to get everybody ready, get the juices flowing, get everybody ready to go, get everybody hyped up. Hey, man, we got a playoff game in the city of Houston. Home playoff game. Houston Texans. Yo, Houston Texans. My Houston Texans. Our Houston Texans are in the playoffs, hosting a playoff game versus the Cleveland Browns. Rookie head coach Debunking Ryans, former Rookie of the Year with the Houston Texans, former Houston Texan player, C.J. Stroud. And y'all see how C.J. gave shout out? Y'all seen the interview? Gave shout outs to J.J. Watt, Andre Johnson. Then you got Brian Cushing doing the hype video. And I think Brian Cushing's repping repping the city of Houston. He leading the team out. They're firing the cannon like Tank did. Like Tank did last week and stuff like that. Hey, and like I said, Brian Cushing ain't never went nowhere. I mean, Brian Cushing, who he announced? He announced one of the draft picks. He announced one of the draft picks, and then he also he announced somebody else too. Did he announce that Cunningham too? Like I know he's actually announced a couple of draft picks. Like by Brian Cushing don't go nowhere. Yeah, Brian Cushing don't go nowhere. I know him and D'Amico are real close. Obviously, him and JJ are real close too because they actually brother-in-laws. Like both Brian Cushing wife and JJ wife are sisters. So they for real brother-in-laws. And then also like I said, I know like D'Amico and Brian Cushing they real close too. Both again they both the last time the Texans played have won Rookie of the Year. Speaking of Rookie years, was Debunking Ryans and Brian Cushing both on the defense side, but those are the last two players that win Rookie of the Year for the Houston Texans was Brian Cushing and Debunking Ryans. So but yeah, and like I said, he's representing the city. And then like the hype video. I mean, I can't wait, bro. Like I can't wait. Like all the different special things the Texans have been doing all week, represent the playoffs, everything. Like the new little graphics they got. Like everything's just been like just tip top condition. Everything is clean. Everything is new. Everything is fresh. I mean, the Texans this year, from a media standpoint, been like the pettiness, the funniness they've been doing. Like I ain't gonna lie, like my favorite one, like after a victory, like all the things they do. Like my favorite one is that Titans one when they flipped the Titans logo and turned it to an L. Had the oil coming down. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. That's my favorite one. I know some people talk about they like the Steelers one with the melting the steel to a dub. I mean that one was cool too. But yeah, that flipping that T to an L and that oil pouring down because that's that was fire. That was absolute fire. Like that was my favorite one, and also the one like when they had like the little bitty bangle, like the little bitty bangle on the football. That was fire too. Because like the Bengals on theirs, I think they had like the Bengals on theirs. They had like a football and had like CJ and Tank and I think Willie Anderson I had them all a little bitty on the football. So we was just those are just giving that back to them. And also they had like the cat and they made the cat a Bengal. Like they turned the cat and had him orange with the Bengal straps. He was like, huh? Like that was clean too. Then they did the Jacksonville had like Trevor Lawrence and CJ playing like chess and like had like CJ like Trevor Lawrence doing this and had CJ like stressed out like he didn't know what to do and Trevor Lawrence was moving and then after that they like lost the division. The Texans won the division. The Texans tweeted out checkmate. Like, and again, hey, we don't even. The thing is, we don't even come to y'all. We don't do the pettiness first, but we just got to answer for it. That's all it is. That's the only real difference. They be saying stuff. They be out there trying to be funny with their little tweets. Cool. Do what you gotta do. And then, hey, if we come out with that dub, we just gonna give it back to you. We gonna flip it around. We gonna flip it around and give it back to you. So hey, the media team this year been doing it. Hey. Good job. Great job, guys. Great job. So I said so. Hopefully we got some more. Hopefully we got some more to come on the way. Hope we got some new innovative stuff to have. So but again, we gotta come away with the dub. You can only do those type of things if you win. Can't do those type of things if you lose. So you have to win to continue that going. So hopefully come away with the win. So just like I said, just a quick recap for everybody who just not coming in or they missed it early or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna give you my full wild card round predictions. Okay? My full wild card round predictions. Saturday, Peacock, 7 o'clock. Peacock only game. Saturday, Peacock only game. So you gotta stream it. So if you that's the only way to watch. You gotta watch on Peacock or whatever. Kansas City Chiefs, third seed. Kansas City Chiefs hosting Miami Dolphins. Like I said, I think it's -9 degrees. -9 degrees. Wind chill factor supposed to be like 31 degrees. I gotta stick with this pick because I've been saying this all season long, all summer long, all season long, that the Chiefs are gonna lose their very first playoff game. So I got the Chiefs losing, Miami winning 20-17. Sunday on CBS, noon o'clock. Buffalo Bills, number 2 seed Buffalo Bills, hosting number 7 seed Pittsburgh Steelers. I got Pittsburgh winning. I got Buffalo winning, so I got the Buffalo Bills beating Pittsburgh 27-10. Next game, Sunday, Fox, 3:30. Number two seed Dallas Cowboys hosting number 7 seed Green Bay Packers. Got Dallas Cowboys winning 31-21. Sunday night, NBC, 7:15. Third seed Detroit Lions hosting the number 6 seed LA Rams. In a close one, I got the Detroit Lions beating the LA Rams 21-20. Monday night, ABC, 7:15. 4 seed Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting the 5th seed defending NFC champions Philadelphia Eagles. I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning 24-17. And I just noticed that I got the defending champs and the runner-ups, the defending NFC champs, both teams in the Super Bowl, losing on wild card weekend. One at home, one on the road, but I got them both scoring 17 points. I just noticed it as I'm looking at my notes. I just noticed that. I didn't realize I did that. That was not by design. I just really genuinely realized that both teams that participated in the Super Bowl, I have them both losing the wild card round and both only able to score 17 points. I just thought about that. That's crazy. That's odd because I really didn't mean to do that. The game I didn't mention, the game we've been talking about all day, the game we've been talking about all week, the game we've been waiting for the last 3 years. Teams only won 11 games total in the last 3 year span. This season, win 10 and win the division. 7th division title in 13 years. Houston Texans, 4 seed AFC South champions. Houston Texans hosting the Cleveland Browns. Saturday, NBC, 3:30. I'm going to tell y'all 3 o'clock. I'm going to tell y'all 2 o'clock, especially if y'all showing up to the game. I'm going to tell y'all the game started at 2 o'clock, so y'all be there at 2:30. Y'all got to be there at the game. Y'all got to be there. I need the city of Houston to be there at the game. But I digress. Houston Texans, 4 seed, hosting the Cleveland Browns at NRG Stadium Saturday. Tomorrow, NBC, 3:30. I have the Houston Texans defeating the Cleveland Browns 24-13. It's going to be a close back and forth game in the first half. After that, the Texans make sure they do their assessment and their adjustments, and they come back in the second half and they pull away, especially in the late third quarter, early fourth quarter, pull away, and the Houston Texans win. Houston Texans defeat the Cleveland Browns 24-13. and they move on, according to my notes, according to how I have it done, moving on to Buffalo. Now, me and majority of Houston want the Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers to win. So that way, if that happens, if the Dolphins and Steelers win, Houston will host the Miami Dolphins next week. The way I have it, the Houston Texans go to Buffalo next week. If Kansas City beats Miami and Buffalo wins against Pittsburgh, Houston goes to Baltimore next week. If Pittsburgh beats Buffalo and Kansas City beats Miami, the Texans go to Kansas City next week. The Texans, if they win, have an opportunity to go to Kansas City or Buffalo or Baltimore or host Miami. The only team they're guaranteed not to face is Pittsburgh. Because if Pittsburgh wins, they automatically go against Baltimore. And if they lose, they automatically go home. So the Texans could go to Baltimore, Kansas City, or Buffalo, or be at home and host Miami. Those are the potential opponents that the Houston Texans have. But the Houston Texans have those potential opponents have to take care of business tomorrow. And the only way to take care of business tomorrow is to play free, play without fear, give everything they have, be focused, be determined, and just play Texan football. And I believe that they will come away with a victory and be able to beat and defeat the Cleveland Browns. I don't care the last time this team walked into your stadium, they won 36-22. I don't care that Joe Flacco last time he was in the stadium threw for 64, almost 65% completion percentage, 368 yards. I don't care that Amari Cooper only didn't catch 4 passes that was thrown his way, but caught 11 for 265 and 2 touchdowns. I don't care about none of that. I don't even care that Derek Stingley only allowed 3 catches, 43 yards, a touchdown, got an interception, and got 2 pass deflections. I don't care that Willie Anderson and Jonathan Gennard didn't play. I really don't even care that Joe Flacco in his last 5 games he's played, was only played 5 games, has thrown 8 interceptions. I don't care about none of that right now. This is not what matters. What matters, I don't even care that CJ didn't play the last game. What matters is tomorrow. And what are you going to do for me lately? None of that else that matters. I don't care that CJ Stroud thrown for 4,100 yards, 23 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. I don't care that he's won multiple players of the month, multiple players of the week. I don't care he's coming off AFC Player of the Week this week. I don't care that that Derek Stingley is. I don't care if Derek Stingley come off AFC Player of the Month this month. I don't care none of that. None of that matters. None of that matters. Everything that's happened for the past 4 months doesn't mean a damn thing tomorrow. None. At 3:30 tomorrow, none of that matters. I don't care about none of it. It don't matter. What matters is what happens on that field at 3:30 tomorrow in NRG Stadium. That's what matters. That's all that matters. You gotta show up or show out, or take your ass back home and chill for the rest of the summer and reflect and think about what you could have done, what you should have done, what you would have done. We don't want to hear none of that. We want to know what you gonna do. Not what you woulda, coulda, shoulda. What you gonna do. That's what we want to know. Starting tomorrow, that's what we want to. At 3:30 tomorrow, we want to know what you gonna do. What you gonna do today. What's gonna happen today? Are you gonna put it all on the line today? You gonna give everything you have today? Or you gonna hold something back in reserve, keep something on the back burner for tomorrow? Or you gonna give it all what you got today? That's what we want to know. Come 3:30. That's what we want to know. Come 3:30. We want to know what you're going to do inside NRG Stadium. Because again, I don't care about none of what you done. What you done before don't matter. It don't. It really absolutely don't. None of it matters. Not none of it. Not a thing. Not a thing. None of it matters. Nothing matters. Except what you do on that field. Come 3:30. That's all that matters. So what you gonna do, cuz? What you gonna do? Are you gonna show up? You gonna show out? Or you gonna go home? You let me know. You tell me what you gonna do. You tell me how you feeling, how you rocking. Because the way I see it, I feel like they gonna give everything they got. They gonna play as hard as they've ever played. They gonna leave back no regrets. And they gonna walk away with a dub. Because they really ain't got no choice. Honestly, they really ain't got no choice. Man, appreciate everybody that came through here and checked out the video, man. Definitely appreciate everybody hit the like button. If you ain't hit the like button already, make sure you hit that like button right now. If you ain't hit that like button, make sure you hit it. If you ain't hit that like button right now, man, make sure you hit that like button right now, man. Make sure you hit that like button right now, man. If you ain't hit that like button already, man, make sure you hit the like button right now. Shout out to everybody that came through. Everybody hit the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. If you hit the super chat love, definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. Hey, my boy Hunter said he's doing a pregame show before the game. So remember, make sure y'all check out Saw Sports before the game. And you already know what's going down after the game, right? You already know what's going down after the game, right? You already know what's going down after the game. Pull up right after the game, man. Hey, pull up right after the game. Hey, boy gonna do a live stream immediately after the game. So immediately after the game, as soon as the clock hits 0-0-0 in overtime or in regulation, however it ends, as soon as the game ends, make sure y'all pull up on the live stream because it's going down. Yeah, it's going down. You need to give the pregame. Really? I need to give the pregame speech, man, for real. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Hey, I appreciate you. Hey, I need to. People say I need to get a pregame. I don't know. I guess I should, huh? I don't know. Hey, I don't know. I mean, I never really thought about that before. I guess I don't know. Man, might say, man, appreciate everybody that came through here, man. Appreciate all the love that you all love. Like I said, if you ain't hit that like button already, make sure you hit the like button. Like we still in the race to get to 6,000 subscribers. You know what that means? I need you to tell a friend. Tell another friend, tell another friend, tell another friend, tell another friend, tell some more friends, and put more games with the channel so we get the channel growing and growing and growing. Hey, the channel's been growing. The channel has been hot. The channel has definitely been growing. The channel has been growing. So I appreciate all the love that y'all done. I appreciate all the hard work that y'all been putting in by liking, sharing, subscribing. Because again, the more likes, the more comments, all those things help out the algorithm. So every time I go live, every time I drop something, every time I go live, drop something that helps. It helps people get notified for it. So I need y'all to keep on doing y'all job by like, sharing, subscribing because all that helps out the algorithm. So I definitely appreciate that. And if y'all telling people, putting people on the channel, definitely appreciate that love, man. Definitely appreciate that because the channel has been growing up tremendously just in the past couple months. But we still trying to get to 6,000, man. We still trying to get to 6,000 subscribers. Cause I got some stuff, some real stuff I want to plan, some stuff I'm planning on doing, but I can't do it. Can't do it until I get to 6,000 subscribers. Can't do this guy because I got something I want to do when I get to 6,000 subscribers. I got something to do then, and then after that I got some other stuff bigger and better planned for that. But I can't do it until I get to 6,000 subscribers first. So once I get to 6,000 subscribers, y'all gonna see. Like y'all gonna see the difference. So yeah, and y'all understand like that's what he was talking about. Okay, I get it. Because some things have been just saying. Some things have happened, but I need to get to 6,000 subscribers for me to be able to take full advantage of what I can take full advantage of. So I need y'all to help me get to 6,000 subscribers. Y'all doing a great job, and I appreciate that. So hey, make sure y'all keep it going. I see the lights going up. So hey, if you ain't hit that like button, man, make sure you hitting that like button. Now, make sure you hitting it. Like I said, shout out to everybody that came through, everybody that commented, everybody hit that like button, everybody hit the super chat, man. Hey, appreciate the love. Like I said, make sure y'all tune in to my boy Honcho, Saw Sports, before the game. Make sure y'all tune into my boy Honcho, Saw Sports, before the game, and immediately, right after the game, make sure y'all boys tune in to the channel. Hey, cause I gotta get my stuff pregame ready. I gotta get the drink ready. I gotta get the hot wings. I'm gonna get the wing dinner. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we gonna be ready. Cause hey, we ain't seen playoff football since 2019. It feels so long. It feels like it's been so long ago since we seen playoff football. But we gonna see playoff football tomorrow. We definitely gonna see it tomorrow. So make sure you hit that like button. Make sure y'all ready. Cause I'm gonna be ready. So make sure y'all ready. Make sure y'all tune in. Like, subscribe, comment below if you haven't clicked that bell, get more videos.